I'm Spike Marble from the Hula Girls, and you're watching The Yard.
Hey, welcome to this edition of The Yard. Again, we're going to delve into the world of awesomeness. So I'm here in the Breezway, right?
Hi.
With my good buddy Spike Marble. How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing great.
Good.
Glad you can come over.
The man's making drinks, so it's got to be good. Now, Spike, for those of you who don't know, is in a band called the Hula Girls. Now, explain to everybody what the Hula Girls are, how it originated, and just tell us all about the Hula Girls.
So the Hula Girls are a mix of rockabilly and Hawaiiana and Tiki culture, that kind of thing. And,
Okay.
and all the music that we play has something to do with all that.
Awesome. How did you come up with this concept? Because rockabilly and surf music, both great genres, but how did you know to mesh them together?
Yeah, they kind of don't mix, or you kind of haven't heard people mix them before. And my thing is, I'm a big collector of Tiki and a big fan of rockabilly, and that's kind of the style of guitar that I always played, and
perfect.
just made sense. Yeah.
Match made in heaven. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Where do you guys play a lot? Now, I saw you at a friend of ours, a mutual friend of ours, private party.
Yep.
And fell in love with you guys.
Oh, thanks.
And I got a really funny story. His bass player, Christian,
Yep.
and I jammed together when we were about, I think he was probably 15. He just started playing the bass. I was playing drums. I think I scared the shit out of him with my punk rock playing. But when I saw them, I saw Christian. We used to pump gas together at a mobile station.
That's what you call it?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I call it. So anyway, there's a little connection here.
Totally.
With all of us. Where do you guys typically play?
Mostly at Don the Beachcomber in Sunset Beach, the old Sam Seafood.
Great place.
But you know, we've played the Galaxy a ton and opened up for everybody from X to the Blasters to Los Lobos to Dick Dale, and yeah, it's pretty fun.
Yeah, I was at that show with X and the Blasters and Los Lobos.
That was a good one.
That was one of my favorite shows. In Orange County culture, we got the big surf culture with the Tikis and the Breezway here that Spike has designed. You built this yourself, correct?
Yeah, me and Bamboo Ben from Huntington. You know Ben.
Everybody knows Bamboo Ben. If you've been around Huntington Beach, you know Bamboo Ben. He's probably watching right now, aren't you, Ben? How you doing?
Hi, Ben.
So the rockabilly scene, is it as big as it was back in the 80s? What's changed about the scene from then when it was popular to now, if anything?
Well, I don't know a whole lot about when it was popular in the 80s, but I was around when it was popular in the late 90s, especially in Costa Mesa here. And you know, you couldn't drive down the street without seeing a guy in a chopped and lowered, you know, car or whatever. And these days Costa Mesa's turned into something different, and it's kind of a bummer. But you know, back then it was all the Doll Hut and Russell Scott and Big Sandy and all those guys, and man, that's when it was real fun.
Yeah.
So we're trying to keep it alive or bring it back or something. I don't know.
That's awesome. Are there a lot of other rockabilly bands playing right now? I know there was Johnny Watt and the Stiff Sheets a couple years ago.
Yeah.
I loved them. They were a great band. You got the Honkies. You've got Crack House, who kind of does what you do, but they mix Irish and rockabilly.
Yeah.
You know, so it's kind of a fusion. Like, have you seen Crack House?
No, I haven't seen it.
You'd love Crack House.
Why? Because I love Irish music. I love what you guys do. And
thank you.
yeah. Don the Beachcomber is starting to have more and more rockabilly shows, and coming up soon, the Americans are playing, and just saw Big Sandy there. So you know, those things do happen.
It's a great restaurant too. It's been around for 100 years, as far as I remember. It's been that.
Yeah, and the cocktails are great.
The cocktails are great.
Yep.
The zombies and the scorpions and everything. We're gonna take a walk around, look at the house, show you guys what he's got going on. Anything else you want to sell, pimp?
No, I don't think so. I'm just ready to go for a walk and enjoy some cocktails.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Hula, bang bang, hula hula, bang bang, hula hula, bang bang. Yeah, that's just what she sang. That's just what she sang. Well, Holly is up the road. Yeah, look me up if you ever get bored. I play ukulele from 6 to 9. I'll sing you a song if you got the time. Here I am as the sun goes down. Meet me and the girl laying on the ground underneath the Kiawe tree till dawn. She sang to me, hula hula.
I'd call it early 60s, modern, maybe with a little touch of 50s in it or whatever. But I designed the whole interior, and then the bar is kind of like this Tiki modern, they call it.
Okay.
Where the 60s, early 60s, because there's a big difference between early 60s and late 60s, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It got all hippie and weird.
Yeah. Fucking hippies.
Yeah. God damn. So, but the early 60s were still kind of a continuation of the 50s, rockabilly and stuff, with maybe the surf guitars started coming in.
Gidget.
Yeah, exactly.
You know.
And so it's a mix of Tiki and that aesthetic, maybe
Yeah.
Palm Springs kind of like.
Yeah, absolutely. So tell us about your website. Where can my friends out here watching the yard, and your friends as well, pick up a copy of the Hula Girls CD?
The best place to find us is at thehulagirlsmusic.com. You can also find us on iTunes, and Facebook's the best spot to get a hold of me. You can get a hold of the band.
You guys know I love to pimp Facebook, so come.
I was just saying that we have a song that we wrote called "Suck 'Em Up," and it's because of these Don Ho glasses, these Mai Tai glasses. It says "Suck 'Em Up," right? And this is from the early '60s or so. And the only reason I wrote the song "Suck 'Em Up" was to remember how to make a Mai Tai, and it's got the ingredients in it. So
Really?
hopefully,
God damn, this is good.
Oh, thanks.
Now, you guys recently played at a big Tiki festival in Florida, correct?
Yeah, they flew us out for a show called the Hukilao.
The Hukilao.
And it was at a place called the Mai Kai, which was built in the early 60s. And it's acres and acres of amazing like waterfalls and tikis and all that kind of stuff. It's like a bigger version of Don the Beachcomber and Sunset Beach.
Wow.
Which, if you haven't been there, you got to check out, because
Yeah.
the place is amazing. I know you've been there.
Yeah, oh yeah, many times. I've been there
Yeah.
for weddings, for funerals, for parties. It's just a great place.
And the zombies will knock you out.
And the zombies will knock you out.
Yep.
Well, thanks again for hanging out with us, and go on iTunes. Website again?
Thehulagirlsmusic.com.
Hulagirlsmusic.com. Christian, if you're watching, I'll see you soon, my brother. Cheers. We're here at the Breezway, and Spike has been kind enough to make us a cocktail, and you guys know I enjoy a cocktail or three at a time.
Well, the sun came up over Waikiki town, and the boys grabbed the boards just to paddle around. The girls put the towels out on the sand. I looked at the scene and said, man, oh man. One little girl strummed the red ukulele, swung her hips to the song she was playing. Watched her lips as she sung so sweetly to me. She sang to me, hula hula, bang bang, hula hula, bang bang, hula hula, bang bang. And that's just what she sang. That's just what she sang. Well, Holly is up the road. Yeah, look me up if you ever get bored. I play ukulele from 6 to 9. I'll sing you a song if you got the time. Here I am as the sun goes down.